Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews here with my dude, my boy, my Ramley, point guard extraordinaire, fake ass DJ, world traveler, Mr. Rodney Lusain. What up, my dude?
What's good, man? Reporting from hot ass Phoenix, Arizona. All I do is visit hot ass places at the wrong time to visit hot ass places. I was
Uh,
in Palm Springs a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm in Phoenix.
and you
Left
just left
Vegas
Vegas.
yesterday.
Right.
Hey, man, I got it all screwed up.
But I mean, it's summertime. It ain't really too many places that you're gonna go where it's not gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying?
LA,
This time, where?
LA.
Nah, it's hot out here too. Not like that.
Right.
Not like that. But it's still hot. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I mean, let's get right into it because we both was just watching the baseball All-Star game. Like the baseball All-Star game just ended. And I did not know after 9 innings, they don't play extra innings no more. They go to a swing off, like a straight swing off. So basically, it went from a baseball game to a home run derby. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like
Without
that.
home run hitters, though.
Right, right. Nah, speak on it, cause that's you brought that point up. You know what I'm saying?
So I think we both were in amazement when Dave Roberts used his last pitcher in the bottom of the ninth when he didn't have to. Like he had dude from I think San Francisco still on the mound.
The Padres. It was the
Before
Pod.
no, well he switched pitchers in the ninth inning, right?
Well, the Pod. He took the Padres pitcher out. He was the second to last dude, and then he brought in. I don't know even
Okay,
know who.
right. He from the Mets.
Okay, yeah, Edwin. Yeah, Edwin Diaz. That
So
was
he
his last pitcher.
I'm thinking let the Padre dude finish. Like he had gave up a couple of bloop doubles. But I'm like, man, you when they said it was the last pitcher that he was bringing in, I'm like, Doc, this is some this seemed like some Dodger shit.
Right.
Like
Nah,
this is
that's
what you
exactly how
do.
I felt. I was like, Doc still don't know how to manage.
Right. And so then when they tied up, American League ties it up, bottom of the ninth, 6-6. And, they start talking about this home run. It's gonna be a swing off to decide who wins. I'm like, oh damn, American League is gonna have Aaron Judge and Kyle Raleigh, who just won, got 38 bombs right now, just won the home run derby. I'm like, American League is built for this. I'm like, we're gonna have Shohei, but Shohei ain't really a hulking, like, I don't know. He ain't never been in a home run derby kind of thing. So I'm thinking advantage American League on that. And then they get to this dramatic moment after the ninth inning is over where they bring both managers out and they're like, okay, tell us who is going to be your swing off participants. And this dude was like, Boone was like, I'm going to start off with Roker, then I'm going to come with a Rosaranga, and then I'm going to come with Aranda. And I'm like, who?
Right. I
Why
didn't
can't
even know these dudes was all stars.
a Rosaranga was legit the only one I knew. One from Oakland, one from Tampa Bay, one from Rosaranga's in Seattle. Like none of
Right.
the teams are balling like Major League. So I guess the rule is you have to pick from the dudes who are still in the game.
Right. Which makes I don't, you know what I mean? Like I feel like people should have been put on more notice what the rules were about this. You know what I'm saying? If it went like this, because it was a dude that was hitting for the NL that was like, I had no idea this was even a thing.
From Miami, right?
He's one of the participants,
He was
and
the
he's
leadoff, right?
and he said he didn't even he said I didn't even know what this was. You know what I'm saying? He said I'm a little bit nervous, but it's fun. You know what I mean?
Doc
Like,
Roberts said he didn't even know. He just found out he's leading us off in this.
right. And yeah, like I feel like this is something people wager on.
Yes, I did.
You know what I'm
And
saying? So you gotta do the betters know about this?
no,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
No one knew, not even the players.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys are now in bed with these sports wagering companies. You know what I'm saying? Every other commercial is DraftKings or Prize Picks. You know what I'm saying? So it's already the players. It's already players getting popped. You know what I'm saying, for illegal activity. Your boy that was with the Lakers.
Uh
Damn it, you know the shooter dude.
oh,
But
Beasley.
Beasley,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's another dude in baseball. I feel like y'all got to keep everything. Yeah, your background is killer. There's people walking by and shit.
Right. I'm in this cage.
Right. Oh, okay.
It's like a little like a birdie cage. I'm sick.
Mm, mm.
It's getting kind of crowded in here.
Yeah, nah, I see people walking by. It's a lot of action. But now I'm just saying, if it's something that you taking wagers on, like the people that wager on it should know what's gonna happen. Like, cause we was talking about that. Like, we still not sure how Vegas is gonna grade this. Because
Right.
when this happens in soccer, they grade it as a tie, right? And then the other team wins on the penalty kicks.
I don't know how it's graded because I ain't never bet on a soccer match, but I know how it gets reported. Like ESPN will report that they'll report it as a draw. They'll be like the USA and Mexico played to a 0-0 draw, but Mexico advanced on penalty kicks. So
Mm,
it almost seems like the official conclusion was it's a draw,
right,
but because we in this tournament and somebody got to advance,
right.
we
But
did
see
the
that,
penalty kicks.
but that's not the scenario in this because it ain't no advancing.
Right,
So if you say it's a draw because of what happened at the end of 9 innings, then you ain't gotta tell us who advanced.
right,
Yeah, nah. I think I didn't like it. It was I felt like it was a surprise for one. And then it's like it changes the whole it changed it from baseball to a home run derby.
right.
And then a home run derby that the best players don't get to be involved in. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes that they had hitting don't even hit home runs. Like that last dude for the AL, he's a slap hitter.
Right. I mean,
Nah, man.
he had other choices because I mean, just in that ninth inning, I know Bobby Witt got a double. Bobby Witt Jr., like, he got a little pop.
Right, nah.
Whoever hit the double before him, I thought were better choices than the dude from Tampa that he
Right.
chose.
Nah, that was crazy. Like, I've never, I mean, well, clearly I've never seen nothing like this because this was the first time. But like, they kind of sprung that on people, I think. Because we both, when it was coming to the end of the night, like, damn, he using all his pitches, this shit could get tired up.
Right,
Then when they tied it up, it was like, oh no, no, it ain't no, this is it. Like the announcer kind of slipped that in, like right with 2 outs left. Like if this game is tied, it's not gonna go to extra innings. Now that caught me off. I was like, it's not. He was like,
right.
no, it's gonna go to a swing off, and I was like, a swing off.
Because when Quan tied it, Quan is the dude from Cleveland that hit the little dribbler to tie the game 6-6.
Right,
And whoever came up next, I'm looking at the picture from the Mets, the last National League dude. I'm like, dude, you better start conserving yourself. You're going to have to pitch 5 innings all
mm,
of a sudden. And then I
mm,
started to think, I was like, hold on, he should better bring in some of the pitchers who he's already taken out. Like Kershaw faced what, one pitch, one batter?
two. He faced two.
I'm like,
Bring him back.
yeah, they need to oil up Kershaw again or something like, you know. So it was literally, like you said, 2 outs. He's facing that last batter. And I'm thinking, dude, you better pace yourself. Like, why you still trying to throw a honey? And they
Right,
show Doc on the bench laughing. I'm like, nigga, you need to be figuring some shit out. I literally
right.
thought Shohei. I was like,
Mm.
oh, they gonna let Shohei pitch. Like I was thinking it's gonna be position players pitching.
Nah, if they would not have let Shohei hit, like Mark Walter would have jumped out. Mark Walter would have appeared out of the dugout and stood in between Shohei and the batter, like you know what I'm saying?
Doc would have fell through a portal.
Right.
He would have pushed a button and Doc would have just
Disappear. Exactly. That's what they was not gonna do was put Shohei in. You know what I'm saying? Mark Walter was like, hold on. My
but he
700
pitched.
million, my $700 million man for what?
Mm,
Because Dave didn't do what?
right.
But we all was fooled because they knew this was it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody shoot your wide. 9 innings is the max. And I feel like I don't remember if it was in Atlanta before, but they had an All-Star game end in a tie.
Yeah, John Smoltz spoke on that. I think John
Mm,
Smoltz was the dude doing the game, right? He was like, "Yeah."
yeah.
I thought he said it was in Milwaukee.
Okay.
He was like, "Yeah, I played in an All-Star game that ended in a tie," and he started
Mm,
talking about how they announced maybe in the last inning they
right.
announced like if it ain't no runs, this is it. Like game
Right.
just ends in a tie,
Kind of like they just did us.
and the fans start booing and stuff. Which I mean, I just felt like it's not a bad idea. Like it was a good game. This is the first All-Star game I've watched in a minute, and um, like I'm out of town, and I like damn near I made a beat. Matter of fact, I started watching it on my phone because I wanted to see the introductions. I wanted to see what Atlanta was going to do for Freddie.
Mm.
Um, and like I said, I just came from Vegas yesterday, so I placed a little wager on the game, thinking the National League was going to dominate. And I doubt this is the first All-Star game I've bet on, but normally I don't find them compelling enough to even give a damn, let alone watch. But this one, I was like, I feel like the National League has the edge. I liked our lineup better. And then, like I said, I wanted to see the Freddie thing. Um, because he's going home to Atlanta, and they talking about all these stops they gonna pull out for him and make it special. Um, so it was a good game. National League's up 6-0.
And all
America,
that stuff that you talked about lived up to everything you were saying you wanted to see. The introduction was cool. Atlanta did it big. Like, you know what I'm saying? It had everything you wanted. And it's crazy because they was talking about that before the game, how like right now baseball is going through a generational stardom. Like Judge and Otani are like generational stars. They was like, you could be talking about them like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, who we never got to see, you know what I'm saying? But for today's day and age, like, you know what I'm saying, they those level stars. And I mean, they said of the last 25 years, I take it back to Bonds. Like Bonds was the last baseball player, and I don't even know if Bonds transcended because Shohei is global. I don't know if Bonds was even global, and then Bonds had the cloud of the roids. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the aura goes, it ain't been nobody since him. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes are doing it clean, allegedly. And Shohei is worldwide. You know what I'm saying?
and Bonds played in Pittsburgh and
And,
then Frisco,
right, right.
whereas Judge and Shohei is on the Yankees and the
And
Dodgers.
Dodgers, right.
And they
Nah,
played in the World Series last year. Like, and shit, they might play again this year. Like,
right,
the pieces are put in the right place for this to pop.
right. And it did. You know what I'm saying? It did until the end.
I'm just talking generational aspect, like
Mm, mm.
Yankees, Dodgers,
Oh,
global.
right,
Judge,
right, right.
Judge is black, ain't he?
Yeah, yeah, he is.
I'm
Nah, I mean, nah, that definitely is set off. But I'm also saying for like how this All-Star game became something you actually want to watch.
But that's the tragedy in it all. It's a tragedy. Like, dude,
How do you let it end like this?
I mean, because part of me is like, I don't know what I guess in the home run derby, you get probably 10 outs. You
Something
get
like
10
that.
swings. Well, I mean,
Oh,
if
right,
you
right,
get
right,
10 swings, if you have 10 swings that don't result in homers, then you done.
right.
It don't matter what them swings do. It might be a foul ball, it might be warning track, it might be a
As
ground
long as
ball.
they don't go out.
Once you hit 10, right. So you could theoretically hit 80 home runs in a round if you just really like that. And in this, you only got three swings, period.
Right,
And so it's like, and the first dude from Oakland, his last two hits was homers. And
right.
then it hit for him. And it's like, dude, he in a groove right now. Like, let him continue.
But
So I
see,
mean,
oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's one aspect of it that was deflating. Like, I feel like the biggest deflation was who was swinging. And we can get to that in a second. But if you're gonna have a dude swinging that was swinging, at least let them finish out. Like, don't, if he hit two in a row, let him keep swinging.
Right.
And then,
Nah, well, I think I I think the reason, because that was another thing. Like the home run derby could have been set off if Shohei, Judge, Bryce, Schwarber, if they had all been in it. You know what I'm saying? But they were saying how they don't want to be in it because it's too strenuous. Because like you were saying, the 10 swings, you can hit 80. Like you that nigga, that's just one round. And that could take you 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And it has been shown that that derby fucks your swing up for the second half. So that's why the big stars didn't want to be in it. But I feel like if you're gonna spring a swing off on us like this was the perfect time to trap them into being in it. We could have had the Shohei and the Judge. And then this was perfect with the three swings because you don't have to be up there all day.
right,
Y'all get three swings. Like you can't say that's gonna stress you out. That now the longevity of it can't be an excuse. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So I feel like we didn't want this, but since you threw this on us, you blew the chance to give us the home run derby we wanted. Because them dudes wouldn't have complained with only three swings. If he had been like, I'm putting Shohei up, I'm putting, you know what I'm saying, whoever, and then we putting Judge up, you know what I mean, the dudes we really wanted to see, we could have
right,
at least seen them for three swings, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was even more of an injustice. First, you spring this on us, and then you give us chopped liver when the steak is sitting right there. Like the dudes is still here, yo. Tell Judge go take three swings.
right. Or we lose.
Right, right,
You gonna let the team down like that, Aaron?
right,
You can't
right,
take three swings to get us this W.
right. At that point, I see it's no way they could say no. You know what I'm saying? At the point of the swing off, if you say I'm putting Shohei up there, you know what I'm saying? Shohei wasn't gonna be like, no, you know what I mean? Just like, so I feel like they got this great thing going, but they blew it with that swing off. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the weekend, the All Star weekend, probably or whatever Monday, Tuesday is probably still gonna be looked at as a success. But I feel like y'all had a chance to really, you know what I'm saying, flip it by just opening up who could be in that swing off.
Right, right. And I guess it could actually, I don't know how it works in soccer. Actually,
Do you
because I'm
still have
like,
to
this
be
is
in the
this is
game?
the equivalent of you having penalty kicks and Messi or Pele, like they don't get to kick. And it's like, what?
Right.
Like we
Right.
got
But in soccer, is it you got to be in the game to be in the penalty kicks?
I think it is.
Okay. So
But
maybe,
that's for real stakes. This is a fucking exhibition.
right.
Like,
And that's the thing. If we knew that was going to happen, then you probably wouldn't have took those dudes out.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? If you knew Judge had to be in the game to be in the swing off, then you probably not gonna Judge out. But you doing that because it's just exhibition, and that's why in soccer, you know Messi gonna be in at the end of a close game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that rule is in there for that. So I feel like Baseball, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be taking these dudes out in the first inning, then it's still gotta be anybody could hit if we go to the to this swing off. Because Judge ain't gonna play 9 innings. Ain't nobody playing 9 innings.
Right. Right.
So it's gonna be scrubs, not scrubs, but the lower all stars
They,
in at the end.
I mean, some of these dudes don't belong in the game.
Right. Well, because every team gotta have a rep.
Like the dude who, I mean, and granted, the dude from Miami who led off in the swing off of the National League, whose name I know he came from Baltimore and he had like some great game against Baltimore. He went like 5 for 5 with 3 homers, like just over the weekend.
Mm.
But he's not, I don't know that he would have made the team if it wasn't for that rule that every team got to
It
have a
has to have a rep.
representative.
Right. He probably wouldn't have. And he's leading off
Right,
in the thing to decide who wins it.
right.
Like something about that don't sit right. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, not at all. And as you were talking, I was like, this would be the closest equivalent I could think other than soccer would be like if the NBA All-Star game came down to like a one-on
Mm,
contest, or maybe a
mm,
3-point shooting contest, or I mean, a dunk contest, like whatever.
right, right.
And it's like, all right, if the NBA dunk contest or if the NBA All Star was going to end with LeBron versus Giannis playing the
Right.
three to decide who wins, then that would be epic ass television, I think.
Right. But then if you do that formula and you say, but we're gonna have it be Austin Reeves versus Darius Garland. You know what I'm saying? We are gonna go with that format, but we're not gonna do LeBron and Giannis because they don't want to do it. We're gonna go Austin Reeves versus Norman Powell. You know what I'm saying? It's like, huh? Like I feel like that's what they gave us. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? That's what they gave us. So I don't know, man. It's crazy though, because that's what we paused recording to see that, and that's what they gave us. Thanks, baseball.
right, right. Because it was the first one ever.
Right.
I was
Who
like,
knew? Like no one knew, you know what I mean? No one knew that was what was gonna happen, even the players, but I guess we got to see some history.
right. And I don't know. You might. I don't. I'm gonna have to because the bets I made was in Vegas. So my plan all along was just to mail my tickets back in if they hit.
Mm,
So long story short, I don't know if the bet I made is gonna be considered a winner
a
or not.
winner. Right. I don't see
Need to
how
figure
it
that out.
well, I don't see how it could be considered a loser.
Well, it won't be a loser.
Right. It could just be
Anything, it'll be a draw, right?
right, right. Because you had the winner even through that home run shit.
Shout
I
out to
think they
Kyle Schwarber, who went
right.
3 for 3. And that's what you said in the text. When I texted you, it was like, hold on, I want to watch this.
Oh yeah.
He was like, National League got Schwarber. He built for this.
Right. Nah. Nah. And Alonzo, who didn't even have to hit.
Because
Like,
Schwarber went 3 for 3.
right. Nah. For
Who
years,
does that?
Alonzo was making his money off the home run derby.
Mm.
Because you get a mill for that. And he just got paid from the Mets this off season. For the last couple years, he wasn't even making money. So that's why he wanted that home run derby so bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, they got them too, yo. The National League, we don't even know these American League dudes. Then, like the last dude from the American League was hitting it as hard as he could. He was squaring it up, and it was going to like shallow left.
Two
Like
of
this
the
dude.
dudes on the American League play in minor league parks.
Mm.
I keep
Oh,
saying Oakland, but ain't no Oakland.
right. Sacramento, Vegas, and then Tampa.
Right.
Tampa's in a bullshit stadium, so they home run shouldn't even. You know what I mean? Their home runs don't even count. Like he got 11, but how many of those are real? How many of those would have went out of major league ballparks?
Right.
Yeah, nah, that was disappointing. But so you in Arizona right now, but you just left Vegas.
Yeah. So my daughter Lennon had a convention in Phoenix, where I am now, and she's here the whole week. But she did her solo today. Um, she did okay. She didn't win the contest.
Oh, they gave out the results already?
Yeah. She didn't give her best performance, she thought,
Mm,
but she often does better in auditions than her solo
mm.
routines. Like when she goes to auditions, she does really well. Like she gets callbacks. The convention we're in now, she won a scholarship to this convention at this audition that she went to in Vegas back in like April.
Mm,
Um, so she does really well in auditions, but her solo that she's performed a bunch of times, it doesn't usually have her winning the contest. That's
mm.
a whole different sidebar about. I think her solos don't challenge her enough. They don't really open her up to show what she can do. Whereas when she goes to these auditions, and it's not about what your choreography is, it's
It's
about
about what we telling you to do.
right. We all gonna teach y'all this same move, this same routine, and then we want to see you do it.
Who can learn right? Who does that the best?
She excels, so she didn't do well on her solo, but she has some audition stuff later this week.
Mm,
Uh, but they came last Friday because she had to be here last Saturday to early and start some stuff, and I had some stuff to finish up in LA, so I decided not to come till yesterday. And then the opportunity broke for me to, shoot to Vegas as a detour on my way here to watch the NBA Summer League, which I had never seen NBA Summer League. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take that shot. Go to Vegas. Left Sunday night. Got up Monday morning in Vegas. And first game was at 1:30 up at UNLV. Shout out to Russell Brown, Inglewood's finest, who met me out there and
oh, Russ was out there too?
yeah, helped me get in for free.
Mm,
Um, and tickets, the cheapest ticket in is $75.
mm.
And
Okay, well
that's
then,
general admission.
yeah, shout out Russ.
Yeah, you can sit anywhere. Well, you can't sit in the VIP, but you can sit center court, maybe 30 rows from the court. I mean, it's all day. So your $75, it's gonna get you access to maybe 5 or 6 games
Well, that's worth it.
that are played in the two different venues. Right. It's like one of the best values in Vegas in terms of just that's gonna be you in the air conditioned. It's 120 degrees outside.
Right,
Um, you in an air conditioned arena for damn near the whole day if you want to be. We got
right.
ended at like
Damn.
10 o'clock that night. Lakers versus Clippers.
Wait, you had broke up. So after you said about the air conditioning,
Oh, I was just saying that you could be there all day. You could be there, first game. Doors probably opened at 1 and
mm,
doors close at 10. So you get 9 hours of
mm,
just chilling, air conditioned, watching, these NBA players. And, it's the dudes on the court, but the NBA players is all over the venue, all over the place. You
mm,
can add access to them if that's really what you want. The eye candy is there because that's what they want.
right,
They want the access.
right,
I mean, Vegas, it's just a whole lot going on. So that $75, it's a value. It's one of
right.
the values in Vegas.
Nah, it sounds like it. Cause I mean, for 9 hours in Vegas, if you gambling and you only spend $75, you did good. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to spend 75 to watch 9 hours of hoop in Vegas, all they need
Right,
now is a buffet in there.
right, right. And some free drinks,
Right.
wagering. I don't know because it's not UNLV, it's a college campus, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm 100% positive it wasn't no sports. But actually, let me not say that. I didn't see anything like you could bet on the games at a sports book,
Right. But
but
not at the game.
right, which is because there's some college tournaments where they go to they're at the Orleans,
Mm.
even if they're at T-Mobile, which is well, actually you have to leave T-Mobile. My point is there are scenarios where you could
Have a casino right there at the venue.
right walk a
It
few
could be.
steps, bet on the game that's being played just a few steps away from
Mm.
where you are. But to my knowledge, that wasn't the get down yesterday.
Right.
But
But betting on the game wasn't hard if you wanted to.
it wasn't. And just in terms of maximizing that 9 hours, like if you could get some gambling action in during that 9 hours, if you could get a buffet in, like, then shit, you really wouldn't have to leave summer league. You could literally be in there the whole day.
Right. And then after the last, well, nah, I about to say, then after the last game, go to bed. But it's Vegas. You ain't doing that.
Right. So it was cool though, man. I had a good time. Like if you're a hoops junkie, it ain't no better place to go in the summer. I mean, and it's all kind of
Because it's
tournament.
AAU tournament. Right. Right. It's
I've run
AAU tournaments.
I've run into several high school coaches
Mm.
that I know. All the colleges are here. I couldn't figure out why, because I just saw all the college coaching staffs. Like everybody's walking. You can tell a college coach. Like I didn't see none that I
Probably
that
recruiting
that
some
I
of them
knew.
high school players.
Oh, right.
Because it's boys
Exactly.
and girls
Right.
out
That
there.
that answers that. So yeah, it's just, and the summer league's only 11 days out here. Um,
But that's like
so
a convention.
right,
That's a basketball convention. You know what I'm saying?
exactly what it feel like.
On all levels.
Right. And so
Nah, I'm loving it.
yeah, that was cool. The games go in two different places, Thomas and Mack, which is where the UNLV plays, and then it's Cox Pavilion, which is connected to Thomas and Mack, which probably seats like 4 to 5 thousand.
Mm.
And
That's the smaller gym.
you
I
can
mean,
go
you
back
can
and
see it
forth. Yeah,
because Thomas and Mack be like the ESPN games, and then the other arena be like on NBA TV.
right. But you can walk back and forth to each venue. Like it's real easy. You don't have to go outside. It's just a little connector between the two. And then,
Mm.
and both of them, you just kind of find where you want to sit. Like, you can buy some VIP shit for like, I know for that first Dallas Laker game, they was saying like, and I don't even know if you will call it VIP, but reserve seating, where it's like, this is my seat. Like the cheapest way you could do that was, I think, 1,000
Mm.
for that Laker Maverick game. And then if you wanted some VIP type stuff, then it was upwards towards or courtside, like it was upwards towards 7,000 per seat.
Right. Not because they were saying that was the most expensive summer league game.
And they interviewed Jay Kidd during that game, and he was like, "When I played in this, it was
Getting
free."
in was free. Right. I saw that interview. And that's what I wanted to ask you next was so what have you thought about the play? You know what I'm saying? We got the feel of the aura of being there, but now let's get down to the actual on court You know what I'm saying? Because we got to see, I mean, most of the top dudes in the draft played at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is summer league, and that's always what people say. Like when somebody balling, like, man, it's only summer league. And I understand that about if somebody's balling, but then on the other end, if you're not balling in this, how you just gonna say you're gonna be killing the NBA players? You know what I'm saying? And that brings me to my Cooper Cup
Ah.
because
Let me just pause for a second and say when you were setting it up, I was like, he either going on Connect or he going
mm,
Cooper Flag. Did you say Cooper Cup?
damn, Cooper Flag.
You either
I
going
did say Cooper Cup.
you either going Cooper Flag or Connect.
Nah, and you went like this. We can bring them both together. You know what I'm saying? Because they fit under that umbrella. And it was funny because it's really how I was looking at it was Cooper Flag or Bronny. To me, those are the two. Because it's like, okay, you giving Cooper Flag a pass, saying, oh, it's only summer league, he gonna be all right. But then you cutting Bronny down by saying he killing, but it's only summer league. So which is it? You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I'm not gonna say what Bronny was doing in summer league, he gonna be doing in the regular season. But what I am saying is, if you're not killing Bronny in summer league, you're gonna be killing his dad. And Cooper Flag was having problems with Bronny. That game we played them, Bronny was locking him up, yo. And it's crazy because, like you were saying about the access, it seemed like the crowd was talking shit to the players. Because it was one point where Bronny and Cooper Flag was like over in one corner, and the dudes that was sitting over there was hyping it up.
But
You
then
could
was
tell, like,
NBA players.
oh, it was?
Then was all Dallas Maverick players. It was Kyrie and them. Like
Uh,
that one episode where Bronny
uh,
hit the ball out of Cooper Flag's hand and they called a foul. And
right.
then the
And,
next play they gave it to Flag and he shot a midi.
right,
Bronny.
right.
All that was right in front of Kyrie and them. Them was the
Okay.
ones talking shit.
Okay. Because you saw, like, they got up at one point when Flag and when Bronny was running back down. Whoever that was in that corner, they all got up. It was like pointing at them, like, oh, I was like, okay, it's hyped in there right now. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like Cooper Flag wasn't killing those scenarios. Like it was one where he was trying to back Bronny down, and Bronny was just like, you know what I'm saying, binding him up. And I'm like, yo, Bronny is 6'2". You can't post Bronny up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they had him running point. And I was saying, I was like, because once they measured him at 6'8", I was like, yo, it's a lot of athletic 6'8" dudes running around the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna stand out with your athleticism at 6'8". I was like, the only way you can dominate the NBA at 6'8" as Cooper Flag is if you run point. You gotta be Luka. Luka 6'8", but he giving you point. You know what I'm saying? And Jason Kidd felt the same way because he was like, we gonna try him at point. Nobody saw that coming. And then they were sweating him. His handle's just not tight like that. And then in like that Laker game, like, and they was saying it during the game. Legler said it too. Like they was giving him the three. And Legler was like, he don't want that three. He said that NBA three and that college three, them 3 feet is like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? Eventually he hit a couple, but it's like he don't feel like, oh, I got this. I went from NBA three too. You know what I'm saying? Like they was playing, they was like, here, you want that? Go ahead. And he knew like, that's a little bit out of my range. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, your handle ain't extra tight, your jumper ain't extra tight. Like, are you gonna be dominating the boards? He wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I I was saying this before the draft. Like he doesn't. We had this conversation on one of the episodes. Like, what's his generational skill? You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't really pinpoint one. And now after seeing it in summer league, I'm really like, yeah, he may be a good NBA player, but I don't see how he gonna dominate. Like they was really trying to be like he right up under Wemby. Like they said generational talent. I'm like, I don't see. I didn't see it before, and now that we've seen some summer league, and then he scored 30 in the second game. They may have lost by 30.
Right, against San Antonio, playing against the 2 pick.
Right. Who now he looked cool. And he didn't have numbers like that, but you could see he was showing skills that are NBA translatable. You know what I'm saying? His craftiness getting to the bucket and then diming off. I was like, okay. Now I can see what he doing translating, especially he playing with Wemby and De'Aaron Fox. Like, I was like, okay. But like back to Cooper Flag, running point and scoring 30 is what you not gonna do with the Mavs. You know what I'm saying? They already got dudes to do that. Real NBA dudes. So that's why I was like, even that 30-point game, like, he's not going to get the luxury of being able to take 25 shots with the Mavs.
Right.
That's not how they're going to use him. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to show some skills that are going to be translatable to what they asking him to do. You know what I'm saying? And that I haven't seen yet. Because that's not going to be running point.
Right. Yeah, whatever Dallas needed to see, they saw because they shut him down
You think that's what it is?
after the second game.
Do you think that's
Dude,
what it is?
well,
I think they didn't want him to get exposed no more. I think they was like, that's enough exposure. You know what I'm saying? We gonna hold off so nobody else. Do we play Bronny and them again? Because Bronny was up inning, dude. Like, I don't know. When they shut him down, I didn't look at that as a positive. I looked at that like, yo, they don't want this dude exposed any more than he already has been.
nah, and see, I felt that way about Connect.
Oh, now,
I felt
well,
like
they didn't shut him down, right?
they didn't. And I kind of felt like they should have just because he was a second year player who wasn't out there killing.
At all. Like he couldn't even really get his shit off.
Right. And so it's like, but then, some of the people I spoke to was like, nah, like if he's trash and Summer League is gonna expose it, then let's just go on and get it over with and let it be exposed. Like, this idea that we're gonna hold him and keep him as a trade chip, that's out the window. And so I mean, I'm just applying that same logic to Cooper Flag. Not that well, shit, you were kind of saying that they might be some LeBron action. We'll get to that later with the Mavericks. I don't know what they're gonna be sending us back. Um,
Clay,
and Megan Thee Stallion. But I mean, it better be more than
Gafford,
Clay.
Gafford. Well, it got to be to make the money right.
Oh,
Clay got to be in it to make that 50 million. You know what I'm saying? Dallas got picks. We gonna end up getting like 3 first-round picks from them, but the players we get ain't gonna equal out. Like, ooh, okay, we got fair value for LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be to make the money right. But now, I mean, we just jumped into it. That might as well, let everybody know. Like the hot rumor in Vegas right now is LeBron's getting traded. That's the word I've gotten from the people that I knew that were in Vegas. You know what I'm
the
saying?
ring bomb.
Right, right. Yeah, supposedly it's a done deal. You know what I mean? And I mean, other sources like Shams or whoever put out earlier that 4 teams had contacted the Lakers about LeBron. So that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Golden State, Cleveland, the Clippers, and Dallas supposedly all reached out to Rich Paul, who basically is going to be, you know what I'm saying, the one that gets this whole thing started. So that's been out there, you know what I mean, for like a week. But then last night, one of my sources shot me some shit that said LeBron to Dallas is a done deal. Feels like it ain't gonna be no reporting on it, you know what I'm saying, today or tomorrow. Ain't no Shams tweet or nothing like that. But behind the scenes, it's done. And so I was, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't get who the players are gonna be because I guess that's still fluid because it may need to be a third team added. They saying to make the money right, and that would be Brooklyn because they got all that cap space.
Let us get AD back.
Nah, they want it to be AD, LeBron, and Kyrie.
Where's
Even though
the
Kyrie
flag?
is,
Where's Cooper Flag in this?
yeah, he's still, we not getting him. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna have him, but we gonna Clay for sure. Because Clay makes the most of the dudes that they could give up. Because we gotta get to that 50 million on the players we take back. You know what I'm saying? So I think Clay is in the 20 range, and then Gafford, and then some picks. But I feel like it would be more just to get off of LeBron. It ain't gonna be, oh, we gonna get something back, equal value. Although the offer from Golden State supposedly is Jimmy Butler, which is more of an even value. You know what I mean? Dallas is more spare parts and picks. Golden State would be something where it's like, okay, he not LeBron, but you know, we
And
can we
LeBron
can
got a no trade clause.
right, and that's why they're going to Rich Paul because LeBron is gonna have to approve whatever goes down, and that's why it's like, okay, you can see him approving Dallas to go play with Kyrie and AD again. And it's crazy because I had gotten some shit when the Lakers traded for Luka. Somebody had put up some conspiracy theory shit saying this is a big plan and LeBron is going to end up going to Dallas. They were saying this months ago when the Luka trade happened. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, it was like, man, this a real conspiracy right here. You know what I'm saying? But now, all of a sudden, here we go again.
And that would make sense from the whole angle of why did Dallas call us? Why did Dallas give us the exclusive offer
For
of
Luka.
Luka?
And I mean, this will kind of be returning a favor because that's what the dudes that I've been talking to was saying. Like, it's going to be Nico and Rob again. Because I was like, first, it was like LeBron's probably going to get traded. My first question was to who? And it was like the Mavs. And then it was like, it's Nico and Rob again. And then I was like, for what? You know what I'm saying? And that's the question nobody could answer because I don't think that's, you know what I mean? I don't think that's been solidified yet because I don't know if it could quite be done, Lakers and Dallas alone. I think a third team will need to be added to make, you know what I'm saying, the
Right.
money go
That
right.
was a 7-team deal for KD.
Right. Right.
The Lakers was a part of somehow.
Right.
Was one of the seven.
I think it would have to be more along those lines. But nah, it's just crazy that this is how far we've come so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like this new ownership. I mean, we knew, you know what I mean? We knew they was gonna come in shaking shit up because that's what they do. And it's like when they first got the Dodgers, they made that trade for Adrian Gonzalez, took Josh Beckett money, Carl Crawford money. Like they ate money just to get Adrian Gonzalez. And this is kind of, this is on that same plane, like taking all these bad contracts just to move Bron.
Right. And I know Bron has been, I've seen some stuff with him in Vegas. Um,
Now he's in Vegas because he was sitting at courtside because that's when you were saying how much those seats cost. He was sitting at courtside for the Laker Clipper game
okay.
because he was there with his little daughter.
Yeah.
And then at halftime, they came over. He was telling Bronny some stuff. And I was like, this is the most wholesome I ever seen LeBron. Because his little daughter was right there and he was whispering some shit to Bronny. Then like Bronny was dapping his little daughter up. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, that's
They
a
a
cool
real
little,
family.
yeah, nah. I was like, that's a cool little family moment right there. And then his daughter was on the sideline shooting, doing her little jumper. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have a
Right.
ball, But she was just, I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. But nah, they were saying LeBron ain't speaking to nobody. Like ESPN has asked him, you know what I'm saying, to talk, and he was like, nah, I'm good. And like Giannis, who's also in the rumor mill, he did a little podcast and came out and was like, nah, I think I'm probably staying in Milwaukee. And they was like, that's pretty much all LeBron got to do. Because he got the no trade clause.
Right.
So if it ain't no legs to this, all he got to do is be like, nah, I'm staying with the Lakers. And this is squashed, you know what I'm saying? But he's saying he ain't got nothing to say.
Right. Nah, I saw a clip where they were there, and his daughter was dribbling a ball and she was going behind her back and between her legs, like real beginner type-ish stuff. And one of the comments was she got the same bag as her pops. And then I watched it again and I was like, actually, she do got the same bag. Which is LeBron disrespect. And I'm cool with disrespecting LeBron. Like, you know, the Lakers are better with him, but if this is how it must end, if we got to pull the plug a year early, even though I'm super hyped about DeAndre Ayton and, some of the other stuff the Lakers have done, if they trade LeBron, that's going to take the air out of a lot of it. But
You think? Because when you were saying that, I was like, okay, Aiton don't still work with just Luca.
he do.
And it's funny because, well, not as funny, but uh remember last episode you was talking about how Aiton didn't say nothing about LeBron, and then we were saying who Lavaria didn't get the memo.
Right.
They were saying LeBron ain't reached out to Aiton. On the flip side, they was like, okay, like why hasn't he reached out to Aiton? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be here next year, this gonna be our big man. You know what I mean? And it's been enough time. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of going both ways. Like, and that's that passive aggressive again on both sides. Like the Lakers is like Aiton, don't say nothing to him, and LeBron, like, I'm not saying nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? So
And it's a trip because yesterday when I was there was the third game of summer league for pretty much everybody. And like we said, the Mavericks shut down Cooper Flag, but he was still there yesterday. The Mavericks played. Nico Harrison was there at AGM. Um, if I had more time on my hands, I would have tried to flag him down and holler at him. But it was a trip because you was like, LeBron ain't talking to nobody. Like Nico was giving interviews. Nico was dapping up the fans. Like Nico was real comfortable, not hiding. Like he could have easily ducked into one of them tunnels because the game before Dallas went OT.
mm,
So just like in high school, when the
they
game
waiting
before
to play
coming
next.
to an end, right? The Mavericks and they was playing Charlotte. Mavericks and Charlotte was both out waiting. And they came out probably at the start of the fourth quarter. So Nico was out for the whole start of the fourth quarter. And then that game went OT. And, the players kind of disappeared, went back in the tunnel or whatever. But Nico
But he
stayed out there
stayed. Like,
uh,
yeah, I know we getting bronze.
so Nico was out. Like I said, Cooper Flag was still there, dapping up representing. Then it was a trip because Kyrie showed up.
Hmm.
Kyrie was there again. And this is like, all right, I mean, we all knew Cooper Flag wasn't playing. Like, I
Right.
bet on Charlotte because I knew Cooper Flag wasn't playing.
And they
Uh,
won, right?
Charlotte blew him.
Yeah.
So the whole point is, we all know Cooper Flag ain't playing. So Kyrie, what are you there to watch?
And Nico, why you so happy?
Right. And
The
so
only person that's mad is LeBron.
I gave kudos to Kyrie because I'm like, that's cool as hell that you come and show up and watch these dudes. Maybe one or two of them are gonna be your teammates, but it's cool that you here. And so then when LeBron shows up in Vegas, my first thought was, oh, that's cool. He's there supporting his team. But then I was like, oh, hold on, his son play on the team. And so when you talk about passive aggressive, how more passive aggressive can it be that LeBron can go to Vegas and make it seem like I'm here supporting my team when really he just there like, nah, this is I'm here watching my son play like
Son,
fuck the Lakers. Like I ain't saying
right.
nothing to
Uh,
nobody on the Lakers.
or
If they
about the Lakers.
so
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
there. Lakers are playing. He's courtside at Laker games. He's a Laker,
And
but
not repping the Lakers.
somehow it means nothing in terms of your connection to the Lakers. You can be there doing all that, and it means absolutely nothing to the
The
fact.
Laker
So
franchise.
I'm
But
fine
it
with that.
does mean something to Dallas, though. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's pro Mavs. Like all they dudes is there and LeBron is there, but no Lakers is there. He ain't talking about the Lakers. Like, I don't know. I feel like
It's no well, I I'm saying there's no reason to be there for the Lakers. Like, cause when you were saying that, like kind of like it's a Mavs culture thing. I'm like, right, so where is Luca? Like, how
well,
come
I
Luca
feel like it's more like a Mavs feel like, yeah, because I feel like they gonna feel like they won the deal.
they get LeBron?
Yeah.
They feeling good right now, period.
But I feel like they know they getting LeBron. And so they like, you know what I'm saying? Kyrie there, you know what I'm saying? Nico want to talk.
J
We didn't
Kidd,
see, right. We didn't see Rob. You know what I'm saying? LeBron don't have nothing to
AJ,
say.
JJ,
Right.
what the fuck you at?
Right. 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 I feel like because we gonna have some explaining to do. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think in the long run it's a good move, people gonna want to hear from Rob. People gonna want to hear from JJ. People gonna want to hear from Bron. You know what I'm saying? Why did y'all do this?
You think it's a good move? You think
In
it's a
the
good move basketball wise, not just your personal feelings. Like my personal feelings is kick rocks, LeBron.
I
It's
feel
gonna hurt
like
the team, but
right.
gone.
I feel like in the long run,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And in the long run, I mean 2 years. Because this gonna be his last year regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the only time it could not be a good move is next season. Like trading him now will put next season in flux. But I think it would make 2 seasons and 3 seasons from now look better than they would if we kept him. You know what I'm saying? Because if we get 2, 3 first round picks and one of them is in next year's draft, if we could get a rosy pick in next year's draft, I think that could really speed up the build around Luca process. You know what I'm saying? Which they've already made it clear that's what we're gonna do after next year, regardless. So I feel like it's a good move for the long run. Like next season, we could take a step back without him. We could, depending on how the rest of it plays out. But then I think moving forward, it would help us speed up the process of when he's not here anymore. If we could actually get a few pieces for him, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to just after next year, he bounces. And then you got to look at what's our ceiling for next year. And we've talked about that. You know what I'm saying? That if all things falls in place, we could have a puncher's chance in the playoffs. Like, I mean, we looking at that as the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
If Aiden turn into 20-10,
with LeBron. Because I feel like without LeBron, he gotta be 20-10. You know what I'm saying? If we move LeBron, then Aiden, you gotta be 20-10. It ain't no we hope you can be. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's this off season this has been a crazy ass off season. It's been a lot of moves, and it was crazy because you didn't think it was gonna be like that. I thought Cooper Flag was gonna get traded, but you was like, oh man, because you had said you feel like us getting Aiton would be like the biggest move of the off season, and but we did get Aiton, and it was blurry like a blip. I mean, that happened like almost after the first week was done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, yeah, y'all got eight, but so much shit starting with KD. Dame getting bought out. I mean, it's been a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of crazy movement that people wouldn't have seen. And LeBron getting traded will put the bow on the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the face of the league. And that's what's so crazy is he's never been traded.
Mm.
It's always been him deciding. You know what I'm saying? This would be the first time where a team was like LeBron, deuces.
Nah, and I mean, you just think about our like, and I never was the biggest Kobe fan.
What?
You know, when the Kobe Shaq thing went down, and it was like we can't keep them both. I was like, trade Kobe. I was
Mm,
wrong about that.
mm.
And when it was Kobe and LeBron, I was telling anybody who wanted to talk to me about it, like LeBron's better than Kobe. Uh,
Wow. I did not say that until LeBron started breaking these records.
I was saying it while they were still in the league playing against each other.
Wow. I never said a thing because at that point, LeBron had no rings.
And now I feel now I want to retract. I'm like, LeBron ain't better than Kobe. Um, but
To me,
it's it's just crazy because I feel like all Laker stars have worn their hearts on their sleeves. Whether you go back to Jerry West, you go to Magic, you go to Cap. Like Cap was just gonna be like, fuck you. I mean, Cap wasn't gonna be passive aggressive. He was just gonna be aggressive.
right,
And then
right,
Kobe, Shaq, like you never had to guess what none of them dudes was thinking.
right.
Like they all was gonna
Tell you,
perfectly
Shaq was like, fuck you, Jerry Buss.
pay me. Right. Kobe was like, trade me. Magic came out and was like, trade me. Like, and for LeBron to be that next one and for him to be doing this bitch shit he doing, where I'm gonna go to Vegas and I'm gonna sit across from the Lakers, but I
Not
ain't
talk to
really
nobody but my son.
right. I ain't calling DeAndre Ayton. Like, what kind of bitch? I'm tired of him, dude. Like,
Ah,
I just I mean, at some point you gotta fall in line, LeBron. Like, this is the Lakers.
he
This ain't
not gonna do that.
Cleveland. He ain't. He
He
ain't.
not gonna do that.
He ain't.
He's
Which
not gonna do that. And that's the thing. We at the point where the new ownership has said it's one more year max. So cutting bait early, you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's not like if we cut bait now, we would be thinking, could we have him for like 3, 4 more years? They've already told us that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if that's the case, we might as well, you know what I mean? Do it
right.
now, yo.
Yeah.
Especially if he's with it, because that's what it would have to be. He would have to be with it, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this passive aggressiveness is showing they both want it. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers want it and he wanted it, but nobody wants to be the one to say I did it. They want it to just happen, you know what I'm saying? But neither one of them want to be like, okay, LeBron said I requested a trade, or the Lakers be like, nah, we said it. But LeBron gotta agree though. So ultimately, it's gonna come down to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he has to waive his no trade clause. So at some point, it's gonna be LeBron. You agree.
And
So
that's like you said, he's never been traded. And he felt like he cutting hairs in this GOAT debate, which I'm not. I've never, when he left Cleveland and went to Miami, I was like, your door to being the GOAT is closed.
mm,
Like it don't matter what happened from here, your door to the GOAT is closed. And
Mm,
to his credit, somehow, I mean, he's gotten back in that combo,
right.
and
It's
it's
his longevity.
right,
His longevity is what to me has moved him up my charts. Because for me, for years, that's what had Cap at the top, was that longevity. He held his game at that level for that long. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron has surpassed that longer than Cap and then higher level. Because that Cap at the end wasn't at the level that LeBron is at.
but he was in the finals.
Yeah, nah.
His last year, he was in the finals.
But he was averaging like 12 a game in like 28 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So again, that part is what has elevated LeBron in my book. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy because now looking back at it, them HGH rumors is out there.
Mm,
And that's what could keep you going at 40 at this level, like bonds. You know what I'm saying? So if that's in play, then that changes everything. You know what I
oh,
mean? Because
I mean, if that comes out, then it's a rap.
right, right. Nah, because that was always my thing. Like, I don't think he had the greatest peak. Like, I'm gonna take Kobe's peak. I'm gonna take Cap's peak. You know what I'm saying? But that consistent longevity is what to me rose him up. Like when you say I got more assists than Magic, more points than Jordan, more rebounds than the mail, like you know what I'm saying? How you gonna fight that? You know what I mean? But that comes from the longevity. But if you say, do you want Jordan's peak or LeBron's peak? I'm taking them 6 years of Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody matching that. Like, or even Cap or even Kobe. When the three-peat and like LeBron, it's some of the shit that they've done that LeBron didn't do. They just didn't do it as long as LeBron.
Right?
Like
And
Jordan at 40 was a shell of himself. You know what I'm saying? With the Wizards. And Kobe didn't even make it to 40 after he blew his shit out. You know what I mean? Not
but
having any of that in his resume to me is what has risen LeBron up.
right,
You look like you being surrounded right now.
do I? I'm just keep.
Observing.
Right.
Nah, that's what I'm
It's a
saying. It
change
seems like it's a
dynamic.
lot to observe.
It's a change in dynamic in here. It's pretty mellow. I'm just trying not to be a rude public space sharer.
User. Right,
Right.
right.
Ain't trying to dominate the space, but LeBron being traded, I think close. I mean, I felt like his door to the GOAT was already closed, but that's just going to be one other thing that the Jordan is going to be able to be like. At least Jordan was never given up on by a franchise. Like, at least there was never a franchise that was like, you know what, Mike?
You can bounce. Give us Granville waiters.
And so, I mean,
Ah,
LeBron has no. I felt so for him for him to accept a trade, for him to approve a trade, it's still acknowledgement that the Lakers are like, you know what, our path forward is better without you right now than it is with you.
I
And that's
think he
gonna be
would
a
try to
hard
flip it.
pill.
I
Oh,
think
really?
he would try to flip it like I'm going to where I feel like I can win another one. I don't feel like y'all are in that position. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he
That's gonna help his case for GOAT
well,
to
if he get
pull
another
that
one,
to
if
pull
he get
that
a
lever,
he thinks getting another one helps his case for go.
regardless of the fact that he
With a
had
different
ingredient.
franchise. I mean, I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying this how they gonna spin it. It's not gonna be the Lakers gave up on him. It's gonna be I'm going to get that fifth ring with what my fourth franchise. He gonna try to make that seem like a thing. Like who's done that?
That's ring. Well, yeah, that's ring chasing.
That's what
Which,
he is.
right?
Going to Miami made him that. You know what I'm saying? He's been a mercenary, so that's how he gonna get his.
Right. Yeah. I'm so ready to be done with that dude, man. And it's a trip because I mean, outside of talking to you, I mean, I saw the stuff where they were like the teams have reached out, and I obviously saw that the Lakers came in. Essentially, it was like this: we not letting you opt out or whatever it
Or
was.
you
Like,
can opt out,
right?
but we not
We're not
re-signing you.
extending. Yeah,
Opt out. Shit. If somebody else want to give you 52 for however long, you should take that.
right, right,
We
uh,
giving you 52 for one more.
right. But it's like, all right, man. I've gone from a two on let's give me last Monday. I'm sitting there planning the future for with LeBron.
Right.
Or last
Nah.
time we did this, I guess it was last Tuesday. So
Right.
it's a trip from that Tuesday to this Tuesday.
Nah.
I'm now fully disgusted with LeBron. Like, man. And my once again, my thing is this is just so un-Laker like. Like this has not ever been what our
How we
top
operate.
dog has done.
It's
Like
not how
even
we
if he
operate.
wanted out, he was just like, man, trade me. Fuck the owner, fuck this coach, like whatever it was, Kobe, Magic, Shaq, all made it perfectly clear.
Right.
And you can't
Nah,
just
this not how we normally operate. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, it's new ownership and they setting their ground rules. You know what I mean? They showing us how it's gonna be working moving forward. They want you to know they are in charge, not Clutch. You know what I'm saying? Not LeBron. They are in charge. So, sometimes when you come in doing that, it's gonna be a little messy at the beginning. Cause some of the old heads gonna still like how the old shit used to run. You know what I'm saying? And the new bosses come in like, hold on. That's why like people, new ownership usually bring their own GM. You know what I'm saying? Their own coach. Like they want it to be people that listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Not people that still in there whispering to the workers, this is bullshit, man. Remember the old ownership was way cooler. Like that's not what they bought in for. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So if they, because again, it's a lot on LeBron, but it's a lot on the organization too. Like it's a loud statement on them as well that they taking this stance. Because they could have easily been like, all right, LeBron, we'll let you opt out. We'll resign you for 2+1. You know what I'm saying? Two more, and you get a third year is your option. If they really want to be in bed with LeBron, they was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And now, like you said, from last week to now, these trade LeBron rumors are flames. You know what I'm saying? It turned into an inferno quick. Like it started like, oh yeah, a few teams have reached out to the point where it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's gonna be interesting. Well, shit,
Yeah,
I think this is a perfect jump off point.
right.
You know what
Another
I'm saying?
cliffhanger. We keep leaving on these cliffs. Will
Right,
LeBron
because
back?
right. Tune in next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Because that's what I was about to say. And probably by next week, we gonna have, you know what I'm saying? We gonna have a way firmer idea because summer league gonna be over. And I feel like it's everybody being in Vegas that's giving this, that's what's putting the fuel on this. The talks, we right here. We ain't got a call. We at the same hotel. We in the same gym all day for 9 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like things move at a warp speed with this convention going on. So I feel like by the time that's over, both sides gonna have a clear idea where we stand with this. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like next week, we probably gonna be able to wrap this up.
That's my prayer. That is my prayer. I will.
It's so funny because it's a bunch of people that's in your same boat. I've seen people on the Facebook post like, somebody please come get him. I'm like, damn, is that where we've gotten? You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's all that ancillary shit that he been doing that makes people blinded to the basketball. Like they can't even see the basketball no more. They just see an opportunity for him to be out of here. And they're like, I don't care if we're a lottery team next season. But all right, yeah, nah, I'm gonna let you go because I know you in the public space, but I'm glad we was able to take this time out and knock this one out. You know what I'm saying? We covered a lot of base, a lot of space here, you know what I'm saying? So man, get back to enjoying your vacation, travel safely, you know what I'm saying? And I want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. We'll get at y'all next episode. I'm Kareem. That's my boy Rod.